He'll figure it out. Let's go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Four Jobbers Podcast. I am, of course, Ginger Heat, one of the four jobbers, and I am joined by three incredible people this week. The body from Kirkcaldy, Jordan Dees from Edinburgh, Scotland. Not originally, but I guess from the greater Edinburgh area, now living in the greater Edinburgh area. How you doing this week, man? What's been going on?
For good. It's been a good week. I got absolutely smashed at the weekend. I was with our buddy Duncan. I'm surprised actually. I woke up the next day. I went to bed at like 4:30 in the morning, right? Which was brutal. It was like Sunday was a killer. Yeah. But I woke up the next day and immediately went to my phone and was like, I must have sent the boys something when I was pissed. Nothing.
And with Dunk too, great guy. Shout out to Dunk.
I mean, I've got a video. I'll send it to you so you can watch it. It's me dancing in his living room with a sock on my ear because that's what you do apparently. But yeah, other than that, getting drunk was the one of the highlights of the week, I guess. We also found out today that we've been looking to invest, me and the Valley, in our future, and we have been told today that farm up the road have a dog available for us. A pup has just been born as of a couple of days ago, so we're very excited that we will be getting a dog in a few weeks. So that's going to be class.
What is it? What kind of dog is it?
A fox red Labrador. So crazy, but ginger. And so I thought you'd appreciate that, to be fair. So
Fox red Labrador.
Fox red Lab.
Wow.
Yeah,
come
beautiful.
on.
They're absolutely beautiful. So
we need some pictures of the pup though, whenever available.
The minute because they said to us today, we'll send them across. We'll send the photos, and they've just not. But that's fine. We'll get them eventually. But yeah, the minute we get it, I'll let you boys see. It's basically Brad as a dog, to be fair.
Well, get ready for it to shit all over your carpet then.
That's all right.
Just like I used to. No, I don't know. But speaking of getting pished, the Waxy, the Venomous, the son of the dentist, a major jobber. He was having a couple jars at the IWS show, sitting upstairs with me. What'd you think of the show, bud?
IWS always delivers. Always. You know, for anyone who maybe sticks to the mainstream stuff and hasn't taken the opportunity, whether they live in Montreal, whether you live in a different city or near a different city, chances are you have an indie scene in your area. Costs usually probably cost us maybe $35 a ticket plus a few
this one was 35. There was a couple out-of-towners in. Joey Janela showed up fresh off slapping Ricky Berwick in the face, but then getting his ass thrown through a goddamn table. Deservedly so.
That's it. We're sitting right, pretty close. We were up in the balcony, but in a venue like that, you're still pretty close. You get to meet some of the wrestlers after. It's a good time. You get to know some people. Always fun, and looking forward to the next one because it's going to be their 25-year anniversary. They had another GCW invasion, and our hero PCP Manny came out and said, "Not again, you fucks. Bring your best. Bring some of your guys and your gals, and we're going to have another IWS versus GCW. Class. 25 fucking years, so can't wait."
Yeah, and this show definitely had a lot of story. Andrew's doing a great job over there. There's some real rivalries brewing. There's young up-and-coming talent that are there. They're hungry. They're grabbing belts, and if they don't have one yet, they're going after them. And so the veterans have been put on notice. There's some violence happening, of course, but there's a lot of just really badass matches, just badass storylines now happening. So I love to see it. I love to see where these are going to go, how they're going to progress. Lots happening.
And you can watch it on Triller, right?
Yeah.
That's the app.
Yeah, Thriller, I believe. Triller, something like that. It's French. They must say Triller.
Formerly Fight. But
Oh yeah, it used to be called Fight. That's it. It switched. Okay.
Whatever device you have, you can check it out there. They stream live. And speaking of Andrew, he is on commentary, Mr. Shane Hawk, with another guy named Shane.
It's
Don't
true.
remember
I'd
his
like to
last
go
name.
back and listen to it with the commentary. Seeing it live, obviously, you don't get the commentary. But in that venue, since it is a music venue, the audio, I was going to say the audio, their voices carry so far. Everything they say, all the hard-hitting action is like, boom, very intense. Really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice,
Fun
cool
time.
venue there. And of course, maybe we'll get Jason out to one of those. He is the enigmatic, the charismatic, the bizarre, the mysterious, the wonderful Seth Jason Rollins this week. They love Jason. If you were in a match against Ricky Berwick and he's there wobbling in front of you, ready to take the bump, and he's sitting in front of a table, what move are you doing to put Ricky through the table?
Probably a
Oh, God.
pile driver. Like a Owen Hart pile. No. Just like a safe pile driver,
Oh, one of those safe ones. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
not the one that Stone Cold got.
Okay.
Not that one.
Okay,
No.
just enough to put his head through the table.
Put his head through the table.
Yeah,
Notice all of us just watching what we say here, just in case, right?
I mean, he
I'm trying to think of something worse
he
or
was-
funnier. That's why.
True.
He was in a match with a professional wrestler, so I got to do my best to survive against Ricky Berwick.
It's true.
Yeah.
He does. He would be coming in with a lot more experience than you. That's for sure. He is now a veteran of the wrestling business of the.
I've never
of the game.
I've never even taken a bump.
He took a big fucking chop to the mutt to his face.
Yeah.
Big time
Open handed.
bump.
Kaboom. Big. Yeah. Is that? I guess that's a bump. I don't know. It didn't. There's no bump, but he definitely ate a fucking shot to the face.
Definitely ate a shot.
Straight
Yeah.
to his bus.
Straight to his pus. That's a good word for pus. That's the one I was looking for. Good
Yeah,
Scottish.
yeah.
Pus?
Or, yeah.
Aye.
Well, depends where you're from, right? I would say that you could say that this is your pus, your face, but I would also call it your napper.
Your
That sounds like a
napper.
diaper.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Nappy.
Diaper. Get him in the
You'd be like,
diaper.
oh, he took a chop to his napper, you know. But your napper is kind of your head, I guess, more than your face specifically. But you know, pus. We'll go with pus.
Yeah, you can always follow those Scottish quote accounts to try to figure out
There you go.
what Jordan's talking about. You know, there's a lot of
Aye.
haunted
Join in.
street screaming in Glasgow.
Streaming and streaming.
Streaming the screaming in Glasgow with Jordan Deeves.
In
Might try
Glasgow.
that.
Well, that's the banter bit of this podcast. We just start off with a little hello, how you doing, and then we get into the wrestling. This week we're going to cover a little bit of news, just a tad before we jump into some really exciting content. We're going to be talking about the Royal Rumble, giving our predictions. We also have a very special pack opening, WWE vintage cards. Jason is going to bust open, and we have a draw where we get numbers and we get wrestlers assigned to us, or we get numbers assigned to us for which entrant is going to come out in the Royal Rumble. You'll see how all that works. Just stay tuned. And if you are not subscribed to us, make sure to subscribe so that you're getting these videos, because we're going to be chopping up the podcast and giving you video content on YouTube. We're going to be giving you content on TikTok, on Instagram, and of course, we're available everywhere your ears can listen to podcasts, which is Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, all that shit. So, yeah. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about first? You want to talk about the WWE now getting acquired by Netflix? I want to jump into that really quick.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
they were
talk about it.
acquired, but
Sorry, the rights to Raw.
Yeah,
Netflix
yeah,
owns the WWE now.
Yeah.
I thought The
They've
Rock
just
owns
sold
WWE
it.
now. I just saw it today. Isn't he the owner now?
Head
No,
of
I
the
don't know.
table.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
head of the
true.
Head of the
boardroom
table. Ooh, head of the
Um,
stock exchange.
But yes, so for Monday Night Raw, it will be, as of January 2025, streaming on Netflix in the US. And if we read properly, in places like Canada and the United Kingdom, sorry, Jordan, but that does include you,
I know. It's all right. I'll accept it.
and other parts of the world, apparently we're getting everything. Is that what I saw? So
Yeah, so I'm reading it again now just to kind of understand. But like, Netflix will also become the home for all WWE shows and specials outside the US as available, inclusive of Raw and WWE's other weekly shows, SmackDown and NXT, as well as the company's premium live events, including WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. Award-winning documentaries, original series, and forthcoming projects will also be available on Netflix internationally beginning 2025.
And I hope this is true. I hope we get the whole catalog, because since they turned off the WWE Network in Canada and gave it to the sports networks, they are impossible to navigate, and you can't get the full network. You get a smattering of old garbage instead of being able to choose what I want to watch. So we don't know if it's going to be on top of your Netflix monthly payment. You're going to have to add the WWE like package to it. That's what I would assume. Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Probably. But how does Netflix work over there with you guys? Is it pretty damn strict now about who can use whose accounts and all that?
It's gotten strict now. Yeah. One IP address type of deal.
Yeah.
Even within the same house, you might have to have multiple users, so you have to buy a family account now, which will cost.
Hey, they can do whatever they want. And we'll just
whatever.
bend over backwards and keep taking it. So that's why they do it.
Do you know what? Like, I'm paying for the network at the minute, which is what, $9.99 a month, and I'm using it every month for premium live events, and that's pretty much it. So if you're telling me I'm going to get all of it added into my Netflix and I just pay a little bit of surplus on top of the Netflix, it's probably going to work out cheaper for me anyway. So yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a bold move. It's a bold move, Captain. It's the first live sport, I guess, that Netflix has ever done. So I wonder if it opens the gateway for, particularly with WWE doing it, with the other TKO holdings stuff.
True, yeah.
So
if we could get UFC as well on Netflix,
like,
that would be. I'm down for that for sure. Do
you know what? It's a step in the right direction. We're going to move away from wrestling for a quick second here, but you're eventually going to start to see things like Netflix and Amazon Prime acquiring the Premier League. You know,
they're working on it for the NFL, aren't they? They're trying to do that. I mean, Apple has the MLS.
I think Amazon is talking about the NFL. It's definitely
Amazon NFL. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's like the biggest one, right? The biggest eyeball getter, other than the World Cup in soccer, is the NFL, right?
Must be.
I mean, the English Premier League is up there for sure. If you think about the amount of people that want to watch Chelsea, Man United, Man City, all
especially
that.
Man United.
Well, cricket.
What, cricket wireless? Oh, no, the sport. Sorry.
Cricket
It's a pretty damn popular sport there, friend.
Ooh.
What was the word that was going to come out?
I don't know.
That was the opening. That was the opening sound effect from CM Punk's theme song.
Choose, please.
I mean, you're absolutely right. It is very popular within a specific demographic. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, there we are.
The India cricket team. Oh my God!
Here they come.
Well, that's it. That's Netflix. Oh no, keep going.
Yeah, I wonder how it's going to work. Is it just going to be live, and if you miss it, it's too bad. Eat shit, or will there be on demand?
Born of that,
be archives.
Full. I want the full network. I want it to work properly. The Netflix UI is very nice. They have some great software developers, obviously, over there. So hopefully they can do a better job than Sportsnet on figuring out how to display my wrestling. Because guess what? My money's going to go to them. It's not going to go to Sportsnet or anybody else.
But even like because
they fucked up.
The UI for Netflix works on everything. Like I don't use the app on. I use the app on my telly. Like my smart telly has a built-in Netflix app. So LG have their own version. PS5
you're not using an
have their
Apple
own
TV
version. Apple TV have their one. Like it's.
But you personally are not using it. That's interesting.
I don't use an Apple TV. Why would I use an Apple TV when everything's built into my telly?
It's a better processor, isn't it?
Sell me.
I didn't have to spend money on buying an Apple TV. That's what the sell is.
I thought you had one, but you didn't.
No,
you're not
I've
using
never
it.
owned one. Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Tell me. My remote.
You're a fan of those products?
My remote. Nah, I don't like that company. I have a remote, and on my remote it has a Netflix button. Why would I go buy something else that plays Netflix?
Don't we have the same TV? I think we have the same TV.
Because it's supposed to be faster. So. Like the smart TVs don't have super fast processors.
It's true. That is the difference. When I use the Apple TV versus the LG thing, the Apple TV
it loads half a second quicker.
And it has Crossy Road.
It's the whole difference.
I will
between life
take
and
that
death.
half a second, give it back, and keep my £150 in my pocket.
Minus
Those are
the
heavy.
Joker's
You got some heavy
Half
pockets.
seconds.
Although I'll tell you what, I'll happily give a go to the old Netflix on the Vision Pro, but that's chat for
Have you
another
tried
day.
one of those yet?
No, don't be silly.
I thought maybe they'd have one on
Netflix-
display in the Berg.
Netflix, or are we talking a different kind of streaming service?
Xtube. No. Forget that.
Goes straight-
X-Tube.
I fucking XT mate, and this guy, that one, and that guy. Yeah, so that's Netflix and XTube on WWE Network.
And Xtube.
Xtube.
Xpac
Their
Tube.
content's coming to Xtube. Xtube acquired. Xtube acquired SmackDown.
Oh my god.
It's a different kind of SmackDown.
We're going back to the Attitude Era Plus.
Oh dear.
Damn. So what was the other piece of news we had to talk about? There's some other thing that happened.
Pizza news?
What?
Oh,
Have we got some
pizza
pizza
news. Pizza news.
So you didn't eat? You didn't eat yet, did you?
No, I could get.
You
some
get those
pizza right
pizzas out of your ears.
now. Hey,
All right.
Yeah. So what was it? What's the other thing?
Yeah. Okay. Basically, last night, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes had a little fast a fast, right? And they wanted to talk about each other's dads, or one of them. One of them has a dad, and he said, "Your dad. He was a smart man. He's dead
Your
now."
dad.
And he-
I'm
He was your
collecting,
dad.
man.
Your dad was your dad.
And you know,
Meanwhile, Christian Cage is sitting in the back just going, "Oh, love, this is good content." That's,
yeah, so they talked about dads, they talked about the Royal Rumble, they talked about their stories and maybe finishing them, maybe not finishing them, maybe interrupting them, starting them, intermissions.
Intermissions.
What do we think?
Jason,
I
you
think
watched
that
it live, right?
CM Punk has a dad that is blue collar, trying to make the American dream, and Cody Rhodes has a dad that pretends to be someone that's blue collar, the American dream, and they did a wonderful job at just contrasting those differences. Starting out with a little fluff fest, a little bit of suckage on each other's nipples, and then moving slowly to nibbling on the nipples, and then they were biting them off at the end.
You're painting a picture. I've not watched the full thing yet. I've only seen the highlights, and I don't remember seeing any nip sucking.
Verbally.
You didn't see the X-Tube version.
Yeah, well, that's it. I missed that, right?
X-Tube version.
Verbally. And you know what? I think this was one of the greatest promos I've seen in some time. It was really 50-50. Like, no one really outshone the other. They both held their own and went head to head. I'm not a huge Cody guy, but I do know his value and how good he is, even though he's bland sometimes. Here he was perfect. Here CM Punk was perfect. And I was just walking out of the kitchen. I was like doing some dishes or something, and I saw CM Punk walking down the aisle, and I'm like, oh, perfect timing. So I turned it up and I locked in and I watched it, and I don't regret it. It's one of the best things I've seen in quite some time. And
Wow.
it was just done. It wasn't like overly done. It leaves you wanting more. Some people said they should have beat each other up and smashed them and all this stuff. It's like we have so much, much more to come.
Battle.
And these are two distinguished gentlemen, sort of. So it's going to take more time.
We don't want the TikTok version. Let it breathe.
Does it change, Jason, how you feel about them going into the Royal Rumble, into WrestleMania, or not really? It just makes you more excited overall.
It changes it a bit. First of all, like they just said, let's have a moment to just realize what's happening here. We're looking at Cody Rhodes as a main eventer in the ring with CM Punk in a WWE ring. So
That's crazy, yeah.
After everything that happened, like
it changed. Yeah, I'll be looking out for them now in the Royal Rumble. They put it at the forefront, the main storyline in the Rumble right now. So yeah, it does change. Like I'm more excited to see what they do. Who's gonna win? It was so interesting seeing CM Punk say that now I'm the returning guy that gets to ruin it for the main roster guy. I'm that nostalgia act that has come back, and John Cena-ing Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you say, I love how the build happens. It starts off as they're buddies, and you think that this promo is going to go one way, sort of. I mean, if you're locked in, like you, I was giving like the Raw deal. You know, we got something else on the TV. Raw's on the side. The music hits for Cody and him. Lock in. Starts with that build. Kind of like, okay, they're going to become like, friendly, and we're going to have this nice little moment because they had that pause. They let things breathe of like, take it in for a second. Look at this. Look who is standing in the ring. You and me are here. What? And the promo starts to get hotter and hotter and hotter as they're giving each other compliments. And the compliments start to turn more insulty as they realize you're going for the same goal that I am. Oh yeah? Well, your dad's of this and your dad's of that. No, yeah. But masterclass, like Jason said, anyone who wants to make it in this business, you got to look a certain way, true, or at least you should. But you got to be able to talk, right? You got to be able to talk on the mic. You got to be able to make stories happen. And these guys can make stories happen any day of the week.
The one thing that they're doing really well right now, and I don't just mean Cody and Punk, generally, we've been saying this for a while now, you have 4, 5-ish, 6 maybe guys at the top of the card who are all going to be fighting for titles, come Mania season. And I don't know who's going to be there. I genuinely don't know who's going to win the Rumble. I have suspicions. I don't know who's going to be facing for the other title. It's all really up in the air, and they're doing a really good job of keeping everybody believable at this point. Whereas,
who are the people?
If you think that you've got
Cody, Drew.
In that picture, you've got Cody, Drew. Punk, you've got Gunther,
Senior Money in the Bank.
You've got
Gunther
Damian
now, yeah.
Priest. You've got
Damian Priest got Money in the Bank. Shit.
I just had somebody else in my head and I've lost who it is.
The
Miz. Throw
Miz.
Finn in there, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Miz for sure. Yeah, he's bouncing around right now. Bobby Lashley close.
Top of the card that I'm like, this could go any way, and honestly, I'd be happy with it. Like, they're doing well. This time last year, we knew what was going to happen at the Rumble. We knew it was going to be Cody. And then in the build up to Mania, we knew that Cody was going to win
it was
the
so
title.
obnoxiously obvious.
It was. Obviously, come Mania, things completely derailed, and we had no idea what was going to happen. But yeah, like it feels nice to have no idea and to be excited about what's happening, and not just like I have no idea what's going to happen, but I don't care. It's great. I'm loving it.
Yeah. I not much more to add there. It's exciting. We touched on it last week. It may end up being Cody again, but at least this time it isn't just glaringly obvious. It's, he wasn't on he wasn't on television for a while, kind of came back, and you just knew that there was no one else it could be. There were a couple people that well, not really. But this time, that there's the people you just mentioned, any one of them could win. And not only would I be not surprised, I would be excited because the opportunity, the potential to do something really cool is boundless. I have an idea still who I think is going to win, but we can get into that later.
Well, on that note, why don't we start getting into it? Let's get into the Royal Rumble predictions.
Before we dive into the Rumble predictions, I just want to bring up one other thing, just in passing.
I also have one thing in passing.
Ooh, nice. Excellent.
Tonight marks the 1-year anniversary of the 30th anniversary of Raw, where The Undertaker whispered quietly into Bray Wyatt's ear something, and it was a beautiful moment that will forever be instilled in our hearts. And it just made me think about the beautiful Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda again. So I just wanted to take a moment to say 1 year ago today, we had that moment there. Just thought I'd bring it up. We miss him. He will forever be a legend, particularly with the jobbers, not just because I dressed up like him once, but for many other reasons.
Well said. Makes what I was going to say feel a little
follow that.
Yeah,
But
follow
I
that
was-
bitch.
I was just going to say, welcome back, Pete Dunne. It's my boy.
Hey!
For what it's worth, I think he made the Butch character work. It was,
Yep.
you know, it got a good amount of play. It was successful. It was more successful than I thought it was going to be. But
Yep.
I was always hoping that eventually we would get the triumphant Pete Dunne return. And he's tagging with Tyler Bate, who, Jordan, you'd love him. No knee pads. Brad, you'd love him. He's wearing a nice
Arsehole.
white diaper. So,
You love
right up
him.
your
That's why I was like,
alley.
who the
pads.
fuck is this guy? And like, I'd sort of seen him before. I was like, who's this guy coming out with Pete Dunne? Finally, Pete Dunne
Mustache
back.
Mountain, eh?
Beat done.
The little
Yeah, a
guy's
little
getting
bit.
some run here. DIY getting it done. Pete
Yeah.
Dunne.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Beat is done.
Do you guys know, speaking of the Royal Rumble, who has been in the Rumble match for the longest amount of cumulative time?
Kane?
Not Kane.
Sure
Oh.
about that?
I am.
Hmm.
Are they currently active?
They are currently active as a wrestler, yes.
Rey Mysterio.
Not as something else.
It's not Rey Mysterio.
It's not Rey Mysterio. This person has almost 5 hours total in a Royal
Randy
Rumble
Orton.
match. Randy Orton is number 2.
Oh,
Rey Mysterio is
I
number
thought you said
3.
who's number 2.
Kane
CM
is
Punk?
number 9. CM Punk is number 13.
Oof, terrible. Toss him out.
The
Many
Miz.
have, apparently. He's number 13.
Oh, R-Truth? No.
No.
Is not on the list.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth
these are too
Rollins
young.
is number 16.
Currently
Not bad,
active.
not bad.
What?
Maybe think beyond WWE.
Oh,
They're
Chris
not in
Jericho.
WWE.
No.
It is Chris Jericho at
Whoa.
4 minutes,
Wow.
59 seconds, and 4 hours, 59 minutes, and 33 seconds, at least according to Smark Out Moment, Pro Wrestling News Reviews and More.
Well, that's as
Is
good
there
as you're gonna
anyone
get for a
there that can
source.
pass him in the near future?
Well, Randy Orton's number 2,
Okay,
about
so, yeah.
20 minutes behind him.
Ah, then he's going
So
to
he's
do
going to
it.
pass it this time for sure.
Sure.
WWE
And
don't
Rey
want.
Mysterio's 45 minutes. Sheamus is an hour and a half behind him. Cody is an hour and a half behind.
Where's Big
so
Shamo? What's going on with him? Bring Shamo back.
Might be hurt. By the way, for the women, it's Charlotte Flair at 2 hours and 21 minutes, but Rhea Ripley
go.
is 2 minutes behind her. So
Whoa.
Unfortunately, Charlotte Flair will not be in the
she will
Rumble.
not.
So
She's not
Anyway.
in the Rumble at all.
no, she's
Ah,
hurt.
she's hurt.
She's hurt. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But she always comes back. I feel like at the.
No,
Anyway,
I think
just,
she just
a
got
little-
surgery the other day.
Wow.
I was looking
She's
up
back
some
imagine she comes back.
Royal
That'd be
Rumble
crazy.
stats to maybe pepper into our draw later, but there's not a whole lot here. But I thought that was interesting.
Nice.
Pepper
That's a
me.
good one. That's a
Pepper
good one,
me.
a good one to kick it off with. So why don't we dive into the show? I've got the matches here. Not that there are many of them, but we'll go through the other 2 matches that are announced so far, and then we can just kind of go from there. I imagine there's probably going to be more added to the card come the weekend, but I guess we'll see. Let's start with Jason's favorite WWE United States Champion Logan Paul defending his title against Kevin Owens. What do you guys think about this? Are we excited about the match?
Should I record these, by the way?
Oh yeah, record them. Yeah.
I'm
Is it
excited. Logan hasn't wrestled since he won the United States Championship in the first place, and B,
No.
Kevin
Undefeated.
Owens actually won a tournament to compete for this. So we actually have a reason. They didn't just pick him out of a hat, or Logan didn't just name drop him on a podcast. There's actually a reason that KO is
Yeah.
the man challenging for the title. So I'll take that. That
Yeah,
said,
that's good. Yeah.
I still think Logan's going to beat him.
Wow.
That's the right answer. Logan can't lose on his first defense, and Kevin Owens doesn't need it.
No, it doesn't.
So they'll figure out some way, because I think Kevin Owens can't wear his cast, so they're gonna do something with that, and Logan Paul's gonna win.
Does seem to be his
Yeah.
out, doesn't it? He has a nice out. He's not being Kevin Owens at 100%. He's making him take the cast off. So, Logan Paul.
Yeah, I think
Not
a
that I
clean
want it to
sweep,
happen. But
clean sweep of Logan's there. I don't want him to win by any stretch of the imagination. but
It's part of the
it
fun.
doesn't really make sense to take the title off him now.
Aye.
So, yeah, I think Logan will unfortunately cheat his way to victory on that one.
We lie, we cheat.
Oh, beautiful. Let's move on to the other title match that we already have announced. And it's a big one, potentially. We have undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns defending his title against LA Knight and AJ Styles and Randy Orton. I mean, this is WrestleMania worthy, this match, really. And we're getting it 2.5 months early at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Jason, you're always a big fan of multiple people in a match. What do you think about this?
I just see, multiple ways to protect Roman. That's why they added more people. So I think Roman's going to win. If he loses this streak in a fatal 4-way match, I might just drive my car off a bridge onto a large safety net where I will then exit the vehicle and have completed a great stunt.
That's good.
It
Do you
rhymes
leave
with
the car
stunt,
in the net,
that's for sure.
or do you get the car back?
It's your car. You get it.
Jason will drive Brad's car off a bridge
Into a net.
into a
Fair.
net.
But yeah, that's a
It's a
big
net
use.
for life.
That'd be a really useless thing to do. Just like, ending his reign in a fatal 4-way match. So
Yeah.
I'm choosing Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it's hard to not pick Roman here. I feel like at this point he's got to lose the title at a WrestleMania, whether it's this year's WrestleMania or God knows when. It's not going to lose it at the Rumble, right? No.
You'd think so.
Roman.
Yeah, I mean, again, as much as it's exciting to have Randy back, I am loving new AJ Styles with the black pants. I'm here for that.
Yo, sick.
It looks
He looks
great.
jacked.
It
Look at
looks
the size of the boy.
jacked, yeah. And LA Knight is, again, I would say the boil's gone off him slightly,
bit.
but he's still there. Like he's still in and around that picture. Again, another main eventer that we can't discount something happening in the Rumble or towards Mania season. So, I can't bet against Roman. Again, I think we've all said this. Even if it's quite clearly stacked against him, I'm not going to bet against Roman. I can't. It doesn't make sense to do it. So yeah, Roman as well.
I can't see, like, the biggest story coming out of Royal Rumble usually has to be who won the Rumble. The Rumbles themselves are usually the storyline, not necessarily the title fight. I don't think that Roman, like, losing the belts right now on this pay-per-view, when we're going to have two winners, one of them being either a CM Punk or whoever's going to win that Rumble is going to be a big deal. Take it off him now seems kind of crazy. So yeah, Roman.
Was that the biggest story that came out of last year's Rumble, Cody winning the Rumble, or was it the Sami Zayn turn?
Bit of both.
I didn't
debatable.
Remember them
Sami
equally.
Zayn turn at the Rumble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I
Right,
just remember
man?
his turn. His turn
No,
was bigger
Jason
than the
Owens
Rumble
is-
then.
Yeah. It transcended the event. Yes.
So could something like that happen? It could.
It's not
Unlikely,
possible.
but it could.
It's not impossible. is
But
what
it
I'm
feels
trying
like
to say.
also we want to see Roman at WrestleMania. Everyone wants to fight Roman at Mania. You don't want to fight
Yeah.
Roman for the title and win it on at Rumble's
I mean,
still
I would-
pretty big. It's not the same.
Only thing I would like about it is it would instill some confidence in me that they don't just always wait for WrestleMania for anything
100%.
truly good to happen. So
Sure.
Yeah, maybe I'm saying this also with like kind of anti-jinxing it. Like
blinkers on. Yeah.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah, true.
So
Well, let's move into the Rumble matches, and so far, we'll start with the women's Rumble match. We have a couple of people announced. I don't know how I feel about this whole. We're going to just announce for the match. I like it used to be. You would maybe have a few people compete in matches to gain entry.
why wouldn't you
into it.
announce for it? Why wouldn't you be the first guy to? I'm in. Sorry.
Well, exactly.
think of
right.
it. I didn't think of it. I'll do it
Oh,
next
didn't
week.
think I
damn
could
it!
do-
I forgot about that.
If
Yeah.
only I could have found the
I was
cameras
too
backstage.
busy taking a shit.
Tweet it out.
Lazy
To announce the
booking.
Rumble.
Lazy booking.
Just have a stupid series of matches, and some people can, even if it's just, oh yeah, if you win this wee
Just
mad
bring back this
tournament
thing.
on Raw, you'll get a higher spot. Even that just gives it something.
Bring back the
you know?
gimmick machine. There doesn't have to be
Yeah,
a
the
real
wee
number
ball
on it.
If it's
Roll it.
It's all
random,
pretend.
everyone gets a number.
Doesn't matter.
If it's actually random, oof.
But anyway, we have 4 people announced for the Women's Royal Rumble match so far. They are Bayley, Nia
Oh.
Jax, Becky Lynch, and Bianca Belair. They are the 4 that are announced at this moment, as far as I can see. So I guess, who do you expect to see in this match? Who do you think's going to win? Who are they going to challenge at the other end of this? What is this Women's Rumble going to build towards, in your opinion, lads?
Wait, is Rhea in it?
No.
She's the champ.
She's the bloody
good.
champion.
Good.
I do expect to see a lot of filler. I will say there will be a lot of filler
Yeah.
in this Rumble, as in perhaps returns or NXT stars that have absolutely no chance to win, but have a chance to look good.
Fair.
Who's gonna win? You want me to tell you who's gonna win? I haven't.
Yeah, you tell me. Tell me. Come on.
What about Jade Cargill?
Oh.
If she's in it, should she win it?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Really?
if she's in it,
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Honestly, that would be the coolest thing. Is if she just cleaned house like China
Turns
back
up
in the
her
day,
first ever match in
and
because
just
she's
won the
never
Royal Rumble.
she's never wrestled in WWE. She
If she
just
wins
turns
the
up and
Royal
wins the Rumble.
Or
I don't
Bianca's
think-
winning it. Bianca's tossing everyone out because Bianca should win this. And then she comes out and it's a real slobber knocker. She tosses Bianca out. She's the winner.
Done. Next.
'Cause otherwise, I think it's
Let's
Bianca.
go.
Personally.
I'm gonna go
Wow.
Bianca. No, I'm gonna go Bailey.
Whoa.
Bailey.
Jason, you took mine.
Nice one. That would be
I was
sick
gonna
if
pick
she won. I
Bailey.
would love
There's
that.
an opportunity to do like not quite on the same scale, but like an evolution style turn with Io being the champ.
Yeah,
Yes.
And Bailey
that's what I
go
was
challenge
kinda
Rhea on Raw, and then Bailey does the thumbs up to thumbs down, turns face on Damage Control, something like that. That could be fun. I can
I'm
see
down.
it.
Do you know?
But-
Break up Damage Control. Break it up.
It's tough when there's only 4 competitors announced
Yeah, we
for the
don't
match.
really
It's
know.
exciting because then you just don't know. And of course, if someone like Jade shows up, then my pick's out the window. It's
Yeah.
Jade. But I'll pick
I-
Bailey officially.
I'll throw one in the ring. Just it's not announced, but I'm going to say I expect big things from Raquel. I would love to see her win the Rumble and then challenge Rhea, and I think Raquel Rhea at Mania would be awesome.
They're going to need to do a
Some-
lot of build.
And that's
Lot of
fine.
build.
You've got
Which,
2
yeah, you
months,
got time.
right? You got 2 months, and if they've done anything right recently, it's the building of character. So yeah, I'd love to see Raquel do well in this. I don't know where she would appear within the Rumble. She doesn't need to have a long stint necessarily, but yeah, she's a big character in there.
I don't agree. I think if you want her to look good, give her a big long stint in the Rumble. Look what it did for Gunther last year. Yeah, he was already on his
That's
way to
true.
being dominant, but the respect he got setting the record for the longest 30-man Rumble. I say have Raquel. If you're going to do it, have Raquel come in at maybe not 1 or 2, but 4 or 5.
Within
and have her stay to
within
the
the
end.
10, yeah.
Before
Fair.
10, for sure.
Brad,
So
you said Bianca, didn't you?
Is that your official pick? You want to go with Raquel for now? And
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, yeah, why not?
I
I'm
feel like
picking
if you guys
somebody-
want to change picks, if as the announcements come in, let us know. If there's someone that you want to change that out till, I think we should do it maybe until the weekend max, or even just lock it in now. Who cares? It is what it is.
Who would always
Looking
change their
at-
picks on commentary? Was that Jerry Lawler? That's my
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah, that's my pick. Yeah.
It's a great gimmick.
Full of Jerry Lawler if you
That's a
want.
great gimmick.
Well, let's move on to the men's Royal Rumble then. Again, there are some more competitors announced for that so far. We have Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, Damian Priest, and Kofi Kingston, all announced for the men's Rumble. Again, same question to you. What do you expect to happen? Is there anybody you expect to turn up out of the blue? Who do you think is going to win? Wax, you kind of hinted that maybe you had an idea of where this was going to go. Do you want to lead in with that, or?
Well, I mean, I'll start with my pick. My pick is CM Punk. I think Cody Rhodes finishing the story, it could still happen, even if he doesn't win the Rumble, because it's very clear who CM Punk would go after if he wins. But yeah, sometimes you have a plan, and I fully believe the plan was for Cody to run a ship back this year and actually finish the story. But sometimes a wrench gets thrown in the plans. And when CM Punk returns to the WWE for the first time in a decade, well, that's a wrench.
Yeah.
Right? He said that. He's the monkey wrench, right? He's the best in the world. Just walk through the door, and your aspirations not just wrong, but they're a lie. So I definitely expect a lot of false finishes for, if you can have sort of false finishes in the Rumble. I would love it to get down to a final 2 or 3 and really let them have it out, kind of like what we saw last year.
Yeah.
Whether it's Punk, Cody, whether it's Punk, Cody, Gunther, Punk, Cody, Gunther, Drew, something like that. Maybe another rando in there.
Gotta be Drew.
The male roster, not that the female roster isn't, but the male roster especially is very stacked right now. So I wonder how many like returns or surprises we'll get. NXT call-ups even. It feels like we're going to end up coming away from the Rumble thinking, it would have been cool. Like they wouldn't win, but it'd be cool to see that person, see what they can do in the Rumble, give them the exposure. But my pick is CM Punk. I also wonder if he will come in, if not number 1, then very early.
Yeah.
And really stick around. We haven't seen him wrestle yet. I know that's what people want. That's what I want. So really have him make a statement. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to go against what you've said, to be honest. You've reasoned your argument pretty damn well. So, yeah, it's tough. I look at the list of names there, and I'm then trying to think of others as well. I'm guessing that your AJ, Randy, and LA Knight will probably not be in the Rumble then, but there's no guarantee that is the case.
If the match is before the Rumble, then they could be in.
Yeah.
There is also the Brock Lesnar factor.
Oh, God. Yeah.
But I don't know that they would do it again, because they did it a couple years ago.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Lads, you need to jump in and help me here. I don't know.
Yeah, so my original thinking was CM Punk all the way. My heart would love a Drew McIntyre win. I think it's the perfect way to get him that guaranteed shot. He's at Mania. You have a heel. So he would be able to, because otherwise I want Gunther. But Gunther already has a title. Because if not, Gunther should win and should face Seth Rollins. I would love that. But with him having the IC title already, does it make sense for him to win the Rumble, have the IC title, go into Mania, which we want him to win, and then he's walking out of there with 2 belts and the Rumble? Like, seems like a lot. So I would love for Drew to get it. And then you have Drew versus Seth. You have face versus heel. But does Drew think he should go after the main title? But then you have heel versus heel, which I don't really love either, unless they want to make Roman a good guy again. So my brain has been spinning, trying to figure out what it is. And it spins back to CM Punk every time. Even though there's a hope in me that it's Drew. Storyline and because I want him to get that shine. But otherwise, I just default back to CM Punk. Because no matter what, I'm going to love that. It's going to be wild with him sitting with that ace in his pocket, being like, I am going to Mania. I am taking the title. But then isn't The Rock supposed to be fighting Roman? So is The Rock going to show up to this Rumble and win? What the hell's going on?
It's over 2 nights. So we might get Roman 2 nights in a row. We don't know. I wouldn't put it past them.
2 nights? This is a 2-nighter?
No, for Mania, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I have a feeling that whatever Seth does at Mania will end up being a triple threat. It's a better way to get more people involved in a main title and not have it be the Rumble winner. I don't know why. I feel like Cody might win this again.
He could.
And then say, I'm going for Roman.
Yeah, of course.
And then whoever doesn't win, there'll be the Elimination Chamber to determine something going into that. Or is it the other way around? Is it somebody else wins and picks Seth, let's say Punk and Seth, and then maybe Gunther gets involved at some point, and maybe Cody has to win at Elimination Chamber to finally get to Mania again against Roman. Man, it's crazy. Like, I'm actually so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what happens. Like,
so much intrigue.
Yeah. My official name is going to be. Do you know what? I'll go Rogue. I'll go Cody.
Wow.
I'll go Cody.
Jason, all to you.
I can't.
You let everybody else go as usual.
Yeah, you can't pick anyone other than CM Punk. That's the only right answer, even if he doesn't win. They have a guarantee. What? They have a guaranteed pop. They have a guaranteed special moment. Like, just take it. Just take it. Give it to CM Punk.
It's kind of poetic. A Royal Rumble caused him to walk out of the company. I mean, among other things.
That was his last match, yeah.
It was his last match. He wants to main event WrestleMania. That's his story. And maybe one more obstacle for Cody when he feels like he's so close. This is his chance, and to have it kind of taken away and then win it back at the Chamber.
Yeah, fair.
There is another name for the Women's Rumble I just remembered, although this person might sign to a different company before then. And it is Mercedes Moné. No pen has been put to paper yet.
Imagine.
And there's big. I think it came up on Twitter or Reddit that her theme music just came back up on Spotify. So that could be nothing.
It would be. I mean, I hope she doesn't have that theme song, but maybe you need to have that theme song to get the pop.
Get the pop.
Yeah, he can't come back with the other one.
Which one?
Well, because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So.
He crisscross jump iteration.
Yeah.
You buy the rights to it.
But even if she got her old song back, would you want her to keep it or you want her to change it at some point?
No, keep it for now.
I think it's classic. Like, I don't love it, but it's definitely classic enough.
I think of her.
Oh,
I think of that. So.
If that hits, everybody's
the
going to
Snoop
pop.
Dogg remix.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's go.
Imagine.
All right, so that's it. That's our prediction.
That's the card. That's
it.
all we've got for the Rumble so far. Obviously, we are we're going to do our spins and whatnot, and there'll be the five of us. Our anonymous fifth jobber, will also be part of this, of course. But
Brad,
that's pretty much it.
Or do you want me to?
Thank you, everyone, for listening to another episode of the Four Jobbers Podcast. Follow us at the Four Jobbers everywhere on social media. You can find the podcast itself on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and then the Four Jobbers are on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, all that stuff. So follow us, and thank you again for listening. Peace.
Sponsored by White Claw.
I wish.
You need to be quiet or you're going to start looking like Ellsworth.
Course.